Get your own wieners, Hannah.
Hey, what is up, you guys? It's Dustin, and I am back with another video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about a mess that I stumbled across on TikTok. And when I tell you that this story has everything, this story has everything. It has cheating, it has infidelity, it has corn dip, it has drama, it has everything that you've been looking for and more. And the way these people are memeing this on TikTok is absolutely insane. So if you guys are here for that, stay tuned to this video. So I'm going to be completely upfront with you guys. This story was kind of hard for me to piece together because between the Mexican street corn dip video recipes and people dragging this girl and not really explaining what was going on, it was kind of hard to piece together, but I kind of think I have the gist of what's going on here. So in this story, in this narrative, in this timeline, whatever this is that is going on, this mess, we have two women. One is named Hannah and one is named Miranda. Now, these two ladies once upon a time were friends and they're neighbors. And Hannah has about 1 million followers over on TikTok and about 100,000 over on Instagram. But since these two ladies were friends, they were really acquainted with one another's husbands and all of that. And if you get where I'm going with this, you already know that there was some infidelity going on. But when TikTok started coming across my page for this home wrecker bowl, I was hooked because the way people are making fun of this situation is absolutely hysterical.
Let's make some corn dip. Tonight's recipe comes from my friend Miranda. I will have her tagged below. I'll also have some other ladies tagged below who are making the same recipe as me. Y'all definitely go check out their videos as well. Now, before we get started, y'all probably don't know this already, but corn is actually an acronym for come over right now so I can whoop your ass. Just kidding. That's not actually what it means. It actually means eat the corn dip out of your own damn refrigerator. Girl, just shut up. I'm tired of listening to your shit. We don't want none of your receipts. Anyway, let's get into the recipe.
But since I'm not familiar with everything going on in this situation, I want to react to a person that put it all together in a video. Full credit is going to go to her. She's going to be linked in the description box down below. So I'm going to be reacting to this. And then in the second part of this video, after we're done with the video where we get the recap of everything that's going on, we're then going to react to the home wrecker, Hannah. Because I'm telling you guys, this story is crazy. This girl, Hannah, has no idea of what is going on in the world around her. I think she thinks that this is her world and we're living in it. But let's go ahead and get into this.
Okay, while I'm sitting here waiting for the rain to let up, I need to talk about something. Hannah Duke. If you don't know who Hannah Duke is, you haven't been on TikTok recently. Search her name up. You're going to find a rabbit hole to go down. You'll see what I'm talking about. To briefly summarize, Hannah is on this app. She's known for her age gap relationship. Her husband is like 30 some odd years older than her. That aside, she ended up, her neighbors, Miranda and Shane, Miranda's on this app as well, and I love her. She's the sweetest woman ever.
Okay, so I don't know Miranda. I'm going to look for her and I'm going to link her in the description box down below because let's be honest, she deserves the support in this and you guys are going to see why.
Her and her neighbors were like best friends for a long time, to the point that Hannah and her husband would go over to their house almost every night apparently for dinner, sit at their table, have dinner, conversate, besties. Turns out Hannah and Shane have been having an affair for about a year now. So Miranda found out because Shane had just gotten home from a golf trip and was wanting her to look at some pictures on his phone.
It always starts with some kind of trip. I've seen Brokeback Mountain. If there's any doubt and he's going on a trip, check his motherfucking phone.
From that, and when she was going to send them to herself because she was going to post them on her TikTok later that night, she saw a picture from, I guess, in some messages from Hannah that raised some suspicions. She ended up asking Shane about it, and Shane admitted to it immediately and was immediately remorseful. So,
I mean, I guess good for him for being like forthcoming about him being an adulterer.
There's that. And they've been separated ever since. Hannah messaged that night asking if she could come over and get some corn dip out of their fridge because, like I said, besties. And of course, Miranda told her no.
Like, okay, I get being friends with people. I have friends that I would be like, yeah, come get your corn dip, but I think we all know where this is going. I don't have those kind of friends. How grimy is it that you could go behind your friend and neighbor's back and do what these people did. Because when we get into where Hannah addresses this, girl, she gets into detail and it's just absolutely crazy. I just don't have any other way to explain it.
And I guess went on to confront her. And Hannah says that she sent an apology text, and she even at one point, I don't know if it's still up, put a TikTok up with the screenshots of her apology text. To me, even if that's real, a legit text that she sent her, to me that was a very distasteful apology, and it looked more as if, oh no, I got caught, how am I going to tell my husband? It didn't seem genuine, like you felt really bad for the fact that you betrayed your friend as well as your husband. To me, if she would have never gotten caught, she would have left to keep going. Like, that's obvious. So from there on, I guess Miranda was trying to keep it off of social media, but it's a small town, so things were kind of getting out on Reddit, but they didn't. Sorry, my neighbor's pulling up, so I'm gonna be a little awkward. Anyways, things were getting out on Reddit, but not on TikTok yet. So anyways, Hannah, during this time from, I guess it was around March when this happened, until now, has continued to harass them. She has posted, and she can't say she hasn't because the Snapchats have been leaked. She's been sitting on her porch and she takes pictures of their house.
Now, after the fact, after they separated, you're still trying to torture them. You're sitting on your porch taking pictures. Like, how does your brain work like that? And how do you get to a point to where you think that that's okay? If I was Miranda, I would feel some kind of way about it. The way she handled this. She is never to be trusted around any kind of man if he is married. Let's just get that clear right now.
When Shane pulls up, I guess, to get his kids or whatever he's doing, which is none of our business what he's doing there. But about how you say you're never getting back together, but he's always here or something like that. You guys can't live without each other, and it shows.
As if it's your motherfucking business. Like, are you for real right now?
What's it to ya? Honey, you said you're working on your marriage and you guys are happy, right? What do you care what they're doing? That's their marriage. Mind your business. You already done enough. You've already intruded enough. Back up. Like, he married her because he gave her a ring. He didn't give you a ring. Now, granted, he's in the wrong. And if I was Miranda, I wouldn't be able to go back to that. However, it is not Miss Hannah's business. So, take a step back. She then also goes on to Snapchat pictures of their dog, Miranda and Shane's dog, and she says, that's Shane's dog, Miranda shouldn't be keeping him. That's not your man to be trying to go to war for, okay?
Okay, this Hannah person seems like she's just dick crazy. If I'm gonna be completely honest with you, it sounds like she was eyeing Miranda's husband for a very long time, and then when she finally got a little bit of it, she can't quit him. So this, to me, at least in my opinion, definitely gives off at least stalker vibes, maybe a little bit more. Maybe she's a narcissist. I don't know, but I do know that sitting across the street from your neighbor that you're currently arguing with because you ended up breaking up their marriage and taking pictures of their dog and who it's going to be living with really isn't none of your business. I'm telling you right now, this has the markings of a true crime story.
That's none of your business. You slept with this woman's husband. And you think that you have a right to an opinion on how they handle things and who keeps the dog. And girl, you need to be stepping all the way back and worrying about your husband. Like, I really wonder, how does your husband feel that you sit on the porch all day and you harass and you stalk these people that the man that you cheated on him with? Actually, I know how he feels, because it has come out that he also harasses them. When Shane was out on the boat with his minor children, this old man in his 60s, guys, has been yelling profanities and cuss words at this man on the boat with his children on the boat. He did not care. And Hannah's on the boat with him. So, whatever. It's weird. To me, that just goes to show why he married a woman that was so much younger than him, young enough to be his child, is because he has an immature mindset.
So they're going back and forth, it seems like.
They fit each other. Checks out. Anyways, so then Hannah goes on to make TikToks recently about how she's not going to apologize. It takes two to tango, the whole 9 yards. The two to tango thing that she keeps saying, like in every other post, you're beating a dead horse. Nobody has ever said that Shane was not in the wrong. We've all said that. Shane took accountability, and he's trying to right his wrongs in the best way that he can. You are snarky, rude, and just hateful. It's almost like you wanted him, and you wanted him to leave his wife and be with you, and you found out quickly that you were just the other woman, and you're not getting him. So, like, I don't know what your problem is, but it's weird. Her most recent TikTok that I've seen is she's sitting on her front porch, as always, or her back porch, I don't even know, but on her porch watching her neighbors, of course, and she's talking about takes two to tango, and how he deleted his Instagram and his TikTok, but his Facebook is public, like trying to get people to give him some backlash. Honey, the reason you're getting backlash is your attitude about it. It's not.
I really cannot wait to read you the story or the narrative that Hannah has put together from her perspective of what things happen, her rendition of the truth, her retelling of the truth, because it's crazy. So you screw this woman's husband, then you harass her, and then you don't take any kind of accountability, and then you antagonize her on your social media platforms with almost 1 million people trying to rub it into her face. Like, that is not what we're doing. Girl, you have zero dignity, zero decorum, and zero tact. If I were you, Hannah, I would probably take a little bit of time away from the internet and try to gather myself, because this isn't going to go away. People are going to mock you for the rest of eternity for this, especially the way that she's acting, and I cannot wait to show you guys.
Because of what happened. If what had happened would have been addressed in a kind and remorseful manner from you, and you would have shown that you regretted it and you were sorry for what you have done, people probably would not have took such a negative approach towards you. But you didn't do that. You doubled up. You like doubled down on your little attitude that you've had since you've joined TikTok, by the way. Like, you've always been mean to people and you've always been snarky. Sorry, but that's just your attitude, and I'm sorry people don't like it. That's on you. It's not about, Shane has took accountability. You say you do, but then you continue to stalk them and cause problems for them, and then you still make snarky TikToks like the go to Shane's Facebook. Girl, you cannot be for real. It's almost embarrassing. Actually, it is embarrassing. Like, you should really just be thankful that Miranda has treated you with so much grace, because most women would have done much more. Like, you don't realize how lucky you got off, but your attitude is something that needs to be checked, because you just aren't, that attitude's not it. You need to worry about your husband. You need to worry about your own marriage. He's acting like a dinosaur in the backseat, guys. Anyways, point being, get a grip, girl. Like, your best bet would just be log off TikTok for a bit, mind your business, handle your marriage, don't be so miserable. It shows. It really does, honey. Anyways, that's my opinion on her. I don't like her as of right now. She just seems like she refuses to take accountability, and it's just a gross behavior to do. But Miranda's an angel. Follow her. Again, I will link her TikTok below if I can, and show her some support. She deserves it.
I would like to introduce you guys to the 8th wonder of the world, Hannah. Now, I know she's very pretty and you guys need to hide your husband. Trust me, you don't want her anywhere around him. But let's see what she had to say.
Okay, since everybody's wanting me to make a story time, I'm gonna make it. You're gonna have to pause to read this. And this isn't made up shit. So here.
I don't understand why she said that this is a story time, because this is absolutely not a story time, but I'm going to read it for you guys. Okay, so it says, July 4th weekend of 2023, we went to Jessica and Micah Ray's like we have for the past 2 or 3 years. While Jess is in the pool, Micah is standing outside of the pool by Jess, me, Shane, Mike, and a few other friends. Well, Jess says, let's show our tits. Jess went first. I was iffy about it, but I did, and Mike was standing right there. No one cared, because we were all like family. Anyways, Mike wanted to go home early. Miranda didn't come to begin with, so Mike takes my car back home, and before he left, I said, I'll just ride with Shano if that's okay. Mike looks at Shane and says, is it okay? Shane says, yes, that's fine. So after we left Jessica and Mike a raise, I don't know what time it was, but it was late. We were driving home. Shane asked me after we left Jessica and Mike a raise, are you drunk as I am? I said, I don't know. I've had 2 huge bottles of wine, so maybe. Well, he keeps inching his hand over towards me, and when we get to the split where you turn to the right to go to our house, he stopped and said to me, come here. I asked why. He said, just come here. So I leaned in and he started kissing me. Girl, you are trash for this. And the fact that you are even admitting to this is absolutely wild to me. Then he made his way down into my pants. I wasn't wet or anything because I was just thrown off. I tell him to stop it and he goes, are we cool? As we were driving off, I said, yeah. Well, I texted him the next day and said, we need to talk, and he said, okay. A few days later rolled by and I texted him again and said, we need to talk. He said, I don't know when I'll be able to talk with Miranda around. I said, okay. From that point on, we would regularly text about random things. Things you had no business talking about with somebody else's husband. Then it was in September when Shane and I first had at mine and Mike's pier in the water. I texted the group of our friends and family group we were with Shane and Miranda. I said, y'all come on over with the kids and let them swim at the pier. Now, first of all, I didn't know something was gonna happen. I was just being nice and wanted us all to hang out. Girl, I have a really hard time believing that. I really do. Do you guys believe her? Do you believe anything that Hannah has to say? Because to me, at this point in time, it feels really like she was trying to really get with this man, Shane. Especially with everything being out now and her acting the way that she is. Like, this is not really a good way to address this at all. And you made yourself look stupid because you look like a piece of shit. I was just being nice and wanted us all to hang out. That's the dead honest truth. And so the boys swim on over, so we're all in the water at the same time, except Mike. Then the boys get out and Mike goes and shows them something. Like maybe the fishes? I'm not 100% sure. But they were all right there at the door to the boathouse. So I'm still in the water with Shane. I then move off the noodle I was floating on, and he moves my swimsuit bottoms and puts his in. What? What? In a creek? In a crook? In a lake, girl? Have you no decency or class? Fast forward, I was feeling guilty, so I texted Jessica Ray stating I had an affair. And so she let me drive over to her house and she asked me, was it with Shane? I said, yes, it was. And so we talked and she said she would never tell Miranda. Ooh, but that it better not happen again. And then she told me about the time Shane cheated on Miranda before and that she, Jess, had to save them from being broken up. So it sounds like to me, like Hannah is a habitual cheater and so is Shane. If this is the case. Fast forward to January of this year, he and I were still texting and sending pictures, etc. Well, Miranda went on a beach trip in January with her mom and some of the other ladies. So when she was gone, I was in Tuscaloosa at my brother's house, and he texted and said, if you come home now, you can get it. So what did I do? I packed up and left my brother's, and I felt shitty for it too, because he really wanted me to stay, but I was being selfish. I get back, Mike went and had dinner over there before I come home. He texted me and said, ready when you are, and I said, okay. Let me turn the cameras off, so then I sneak over. This is so messy and foul, you guys. And I'm having to scroll over to the next slide here. I cannot believe this. So then I sneak over there into the boathouse. He sneaks on the other side of the house and comes down to the boathouse. That night done. Fast forward to March, he goes on his golfing trip. He and I are texting back and forth while he is gone. I have no idea what prompted her to go through his phone, but she did, and that's when she found out. So yeah, that's how it all went down. Since people want to make up lies and say some bullshit that I never said or did, I'm not saying what I did was right, but I am telling the truth about how it went down. Also, prior to this, I never cheated on Mike, and he never cheated on me. So stop going around stating that both happened prior to this. To me, honestly, it just sounds like you're an adulterer. It sounds like this is something that you're into and that you love. I don't even know how you're showing your face, Hannah. The fact that you put this out, you should not have put this on the internet. It doesn't matter how much you got dragged, what people were saying about you, or whatever. It's the fact for me that you have no dignity at all. You could have addressed this in a million different ways that would have been better than this. Because not only does this make you look bad, this could come across as hurtful to Miranda. And she's the last person that should be having to deal with this bullshit now.
Here's the second part. And last but not least. You all wanted to hear my side and everything, and let me remind you that it takes two. It takes two people to do this, not just one. Oh, and here's his Facebook in case y'all wanted it.
And she posted quite a few TikToks that I'm going to play for you guys after this, trying to be a badass. She really just looks stupid, but we'll play them anyway.
And another thing, stop watching my page before I post what you're looking for and you have a stroke. Thank you.
Another thing I wanted to mention was this was about my mom, okay? It had nothing to do with Miranda. Little do y'all know, though, y'all run with everything that's posted on the internet and run with it. My mom and I were having beef during this time. But, you know, do you. But I'm going to show you the video that y'all are referring to that I made about Miranda. But I didn't.
Who I think they mad, pissed off just to tag. I'm living how I wanna live, just tell them kiss my ass.
Jesus, the whole Christ. Like, I cannot with this girl. Like, how the fuck are you gonna be in the midst of all of this turmoil and stuff and try to say that that TikTok was not about Miranda? Bitch, please. And two, if what you're saying is true and you're beefing with your mama, you got beef with everybody, bitch. Like, what is your problem? You're pissing that many people off. You have that many ops that you're just fighting with everybody and fucking their man? Girl.
Oh, and another thing, since she wants to say that I had Chipotle and got the homewrecker bowl, girlfriend, I have never had Chipotle a day in my life. I've only had Moe's and Moe's only. But not to mention, you said that I went and had Chipotle the day after you found out and got the homewrecker bowl. No, ma'am. I went to a funeral. And you know that. I can show the proof that you know that we went to a funeral. So just stop. Stop telling lies. I went to the funeral with my husband, and then we went to a restaurant down in Hoover. Not Chipotle, not Moe's. So where are you getting that information from? When you know I went to the funeral the next day? Because you stated, don't tell him right now because he's got the funeral tomorrow. Do I need to put the screenshot in? That's what I thought. Also, when I go to Moe's, the only thing I ever get from there, and I always have, is the homewrecker bowl.
Like, you can't even make this up. This girl sounds so stupid to me. And that is the end of it, you guys. I really, truthfully, I think that Hannah and Shane should just get together. Miranda deserves better. The fact that Hannah wants to go back and forth so much with everybody on this when she is clearly in the wrong just as much as Shane. Listen, he's just as dirty as she is in this. But Miranda, if you watch these videos, get away from that man. Leave that man alone. Because if he's already done this twice, he's gonna do it again. And I wouldn't be surprised if he did it again with Hannah because she is not a girl's girl. She don't care about you. You can't be friends with people like that. But I want to know what you guys think about this down below. I think that this is just absolutely crazy. But you guys, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. If you like this video, if you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like it. And leave me the corn emoji down below because all this talk about Mexican street corn dip and homewrecker bowls has me hungry. But with that said, I hope you all have an amazing day and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, guys.